Hi, everybody, and welcome to the World Warriors podcast. I am Will.
I'm Fame.
No, I'm Rock.
And this week our guest is Genis Sage.
Heyo, everybody.
So we're going to start things off with me defeating Rock again. As always.
Alright, and I will ask our guest, the Street Fighter 10.
I'm about to beat the brakes off, man.
Alright, Genis, how did you get into Street Fighter?
How did I get into Street Fighter? Well, I remember back in 1992, I used to go with my grandparents to the local Walmart, and this was before it was a supercenter. It was just a regular run-of-the-mill Walmart. And there was a World Warrior machine in the lobby that I spent probably about $20 in quarters on over a period of about 2 years. I picked Ryu and I threw fireballs all over the place. That's pretty much what I did.
Well, you, sir, have some serious patience, because I think I put 20 down in like one day.
Well, there weren't a lot of people playing. It was mainly just me versus the computer.
Oh, I gotcha. Number 2, who's your main character and why?
That was sick.
My main character is probably Makoto, because unlike a bunch of the other Street Fighter characters who like shoot fireballs and teleport and do all kinds of stuff, she just gets mad and punches you in the junk, and I find that incredibly fun.
Alright, what is your favorite game from the Street Fighter series?
I gotta go with probably World Warrior, because it's the one that I probably spent the most time on out of all the Street Fighter games, because as soon as I found out it was on Super Nintendo, I bought it and played it endlessly at home.
And then your thumbs had gigantic blisters on them, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep, I had a Nintendo thumb when that game came out, too. If you could create a Street Fighter versus game, who would the World Warriors face off against?
I would probably make a Street Fighter versus Nintendo game, or like Smash Brothers or whatever you want to call it, because I think that it would have a potential for a very diverse cast, considering all of Nintendo's various properties and all of the Street Fighters, but having them actually work together in a coherent versus game might be hard without it being like Nintendo versus Capcom instead of just Nintendo versus Street Fighter. But
right.
I could see Samus working pretty well. Throwing fireballs and things like that. I don't know about Kirby so much, though.
Well, since you're talking, Will, why don't you go ahead and finish those questions off if you took that in?
Oh my god. Alright. Besides yourself, who is your favorite Street Fighter player?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't really find myself, like, idolizing a lot of the pros because, I want to try and beat them, but the person I'd probably say is my favorite player is a guy called V-Ryu, if you're familiar with him. He's probably one of, if not the best Makoto players in the world right now. He has discovered all sorts of, like, unblockable setups, like, tricky cross-ups, all sorts of things. And I've emulated a lot of the stuff that he does when I play.
Oh, nice. Let's see. What is your favorite Street Fighter memory?
My favorite Street Fighter memory is probably the, 7-hour Street Fighter marathon me and two of my buddies had one time. And I think the final win totals were I don't even know, but I don't even know if the game counted that high. We played so long.
Nice.
But it was just so much fun back in the day, just, I said, just throwing fireballs with Ryu and not actually learning how to play. It was actually a lot of fun.
So, real quick, I have to apologize. I just realized that my sound was up, so chances are you guys got to hear the game 2 times over for a few moments there, so. Alright. Let's see. What is your favorite video game of all time?
My favorite video game of all time. Let's see. I know I've always been a big Zelda fan. I really like Ocarina of Time, but that's such a cliche answer, so I'm probably.
Did you just say Macarena of Time?
I could just imagine the internet videos that would spawn from such an idea. But no, I would say, like I said, it was such a cliche answer, so I'm probably gonna say Metroid Prime on the GameCube was probably my favorite game other than that. because it was just so immersive.
Mm-hmm. What did you think
Right.
of the latest one? The one that Team Ninja did? Other M.
The gameplay was fun, but the story was like, it was comparable to like some of the fan fiction I wrote when I was 12 years old, which is absolutely terrible.
Nice.
So I like to pretend the story didn't happen and just focus on Samus jumping around, shooting stuff.
Nice. Yeah, it didn't get terribly great reviews from my memory, so. Who would win in a fight? Gil from Third Strike or Seth Killian's beard?
Ooh. Well, Gil's probably one of the cheapest characters ever, but
Mm-hmm.
Seth Killian's beard with that EX shave, it probably has like 30 frames of invincibility, so it could probably blow through a lot of what Chick Gil tried to do.
You know, I was really wondering when somebody's going to bring up the EX shave, and I'm glad that Genis probably did that. I think it's overpowered.
I think so too.
I think they should probably nerf it in AE 2012, honestly, but
I agree.
We'll go ahead enough to see that. Maybe send him with a electric razor instead of a manual.
We're good.
Yeah.
yeah.
We're good.
Maybe make it cost 2
Still
meters
more.
or something.
Did you stop filming already?
Oh,
Okay,
so I
well,
can
you
do.
can.
Yeah. All right.
We're all good. Oh yeah, for the viewers at home, I'll be posting a video on the web for Will to link to our video
Yeah.
of
definitely.
my monstrosity of a controller.
Yeah. If it's up by the time we post this, I'll go ahead and just add it in the bottom section. So.
My pick will not be HD though.
Oh, that's fine.
That's cool. That's cool.
All right. If you had to watch either Street Fighter the movie with Van Damme or Legend of Chun-Li, which would you choose?
Well, seeing as how at least the Van Damme movie was good for some laughs and not completely terrible in every way, I have to go with the Van Damme movie.
One more, and I had to email the dang director. Basically, I said probably in podcast 3 or 4 that if Van Damme was chosen every time for the first 10 episodes, I would email the director of the Chun-Li movie and just let him know. 10 out of 10 agree. Nobody who likes your movie. And finally, what advice do you have for all the other Street Fighters out there?
Probably the best advice I can give, based on what I see going on online, is learn how to block and not constantly mash reversals. That will improve your game tenfold.
I can't believe Genis just called me out like that.
So, alright. Wow. I haven't seen that before, to be honest.
Ow. So I'm command throw invincible in that, but it doesn't do any damage if you're not right over the top of me.
Right? No hitbox left to right.
Well, I have learned something today.
That it doesn't have the hitboxes?
Yeah, them
Oh, okay.
hitboxes.
I did not do that.
Yeah. Crazy. So,
You got that full super meter, fam. You're not using it. You got
I will. I will.
man, I was gonna bring something up that was brought up in the Street Fighter world, but I'm completely spacing right now. My goodness.
Man, did I beat you that bad? You okay?
I guess so. You must have. Let's see here.
Feeling a lot clouded all the time, man.
I know. You totally knocked it right out of my brain. Completely not Street Fighter related, and this is just a filler till I remember.
Good game, Genis.
Indeed.
Yeah, good stuff, y'all.
You guys hear that they're making another Mortal Kombat movie?
Yes.
Yes, they are.
Thought I'd heard something about that.
Yeah, it's directed by the same guy who did the YouTube series. So,
So that means it's promising.
yeah.
Because I watched them all. And while I don't agree with them in their plot changes, they were still well done.
Yeah, I didn't like the Raiden one at all. I was like,
Yes, that
Man.
was definitely the worst of them.
I was like, why would Raiden want to help these people at all? They're like tapping into his skull and stuff like that. No, thank you.
That was different. I like the Cyrax and Sector one though. That was pretty sweet.
Yeah.
They start fighting the little robot together. That was pretty sweet.
Let's see.
But yeah. How about the have you guys been paying attention to the Marvel vs. Capcom 3? Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 like the little patch notes? They've been coming out with a lot of patches or updates for the new game.
Really?
It's a lot. It'll probably take most of the podcast to like read off all. It's a lot, but yeah, I think it's on Event Hubs. Anybody wants to check it out?
As a Shinko player, the new version cannot come soon enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna see how this one is.
Yeah. I gotta say I'm excited that Ghost Rider made it. He's my favorite Marvel character. So.
Yeah, he looks interesting. Like that, his chain. That's scary. He has some scary stuff with that.
I heard that his chains like do chip. Actually,
Yeah, it chips you, and you can be like on all the way on the other side of the screen, and he can still hit you with it.
Mm-hmm.
But I hear a lot of button mashing.
That is not on my end this time.
It is most definitely on my end.
Oh,
Because I am not using Submitsu this time.
oh, why is Flash Kick such a bad anti-air?
You know, honestly,
Oh,
I hate fighting Guile, but I couldn't agree more. If you're gonna make the move suck that bad, take it out of the game, for Pete's sake.
because Will would abuse it if it was good.
I think it's like literally one of the worst dedicated anti-air specials in the entire game. Of course, he has that godly crouching heavy punch, so I mean,
And he got that bull crap.
Oof.
Still gotta have something, I guess.
yeah.
And that punch.
And Blanca, he got that wild cross-up. Back and forth. I hate that character. No offense, man.
That's okay.
I think Blanca ceases to have a hitbox during the slide.
No,
Yeah.
definitely not. Definitely
Ooh.
not. There's like a lot of moves in the game that you would never think could do any that actually counter the slide effectively. Dang it.
Oh,
Chips.
Good game.
Oh, yeah, good one. I thought you had me that second round. I can't believe I got you with that kick.
Oh,
are you admitting that you mashed that one out?
No, by no means.
Well, why were you so shocked?
Because he could have blocked it pretty easily. There wasn't anything that I really had him stunned on.
yeah, I was going for some. I don't even remember what I was doing there, but something offensive.
Yeah.
So I'll give you guys a little background on Genis here.
I have to ask about his accent. The accent's really interesting. Or,
All right,
like, where are you from?
about that. So.
Other state, Will, if you have to know. It's from other state. Sound like you never heard an accent before. A lot of state, people have different accents. Will.
Sometimes people come from other countries and they have accents and skin tone
Right.
differences as well. Because the sun affects human beings' skin pigmentation in different amounts in different areas of the world.
Professor.
Oh man. So, Genis, where are you from? Just to answer Will's question.
He doesn't even want to answer now.
Genis, are you still there?
He can't believe that Will doesn't know that people have accents.
I know that people have accents, darn it.
I'm sorry, I had to run for a second.
We've been asking you questions while you were gone.
Sorry.
Will wants to know where you're from.
Oh, Georgia, actually.
Okay.
Alright, so I'll go ahead and give the background on Genis now. Before Genis was a Capcom Unity Forum member, he and I had duked it out on Super, I believe. Is that correct, Genis?
Yeah, that's right.
And he was literally the only even decent, he was like really good with Makoto even back then, but he was the only one that was even decent that I had played. So I like really took note of him, and I remembered his gamer tag. I think we had sent each other a couple of good games back and forth and stuff over, I don't know, quite a while without ever friend requesting or playing each other in Endless at all, just in ranked. And then he joined the Capcom Unity Forum. We ended up playing and realized who each other was one day, and it was pretty funny.
Yeah, I remember that. I was like, wait a minute, are you from Capcom Unity?
I mean, I do have a really good memory, but there's very few people that I've ever actually taken note of just randomly on ranked matches on Xbox Live, and he just happened to be one of like 4 ever. So I just thought that was pretty funny then to see him on Capcom Unity later on.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Alright, that's all I got. That's all I got.
Yeah,
It's
like
it's similar to another guy that's on Unity called Exo Grey Fox. That's almost kind of how we met too. Man, Rock, were you even playing that round? Or?
I'm switching controllers.
Now that was my contribution to the episode.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, folks. I'm out.
Oops, see ya.
All right. So,
Time to
guys
get
ever-
bodied. Let's do it.
You guys ever see that episode of Seinfeld where they told George that he needed to say something funny and then leave, and then he kept doing it, leaving work after saying something funny?
no. Oh yeah. And I'm out.
Oh, looks like somebody's picking up another character here.
Yeah, I know it's me. I picked up Guile.
I actually play about half the cast at a very terrible level.
Yes, but I see that you have 4,500 battle points with Oni, so I assume you've put in a little bit of work with him.
A little bit.
Dang.
Now, I suspect, I don't know, Genis is going to have to back me up or shut me down here, but I suspect that he is like me and he likes to play tons of ranked matches to learn things in combat where people actually want to win no matter what. Is that correct?
Yeah. Like,
I got my controller.
I think that me and you are probably the only ones that are like that to the degree that we are on Capcom Unity, because I've noticed tons of people talk about how they only play Endless, period, and other people play Endless most of the time. Unless there's nobody there, then they play Ranked, but otherwise they would never play Ranked.
I need to stop her.
You guys play offline?
Only at tournaments.
Only at tournaments?
Yeah, because there's nobody anywhere near me that's good enough to even win a round against me, so what good would it do me? I'll play a little bit of arcade or training mode where I set it to for the computer to actually run the AI for the character, though, for timing purposes.
Oh. Alright.
Because you know how
different.
you know how different the timing is offline than on.
Yeah, that's
people
why
do not see that one coming.
Yeah,
Never.
Yeah.
I don't even play online anymore. Cause difference is like crazy.
I'll tell you what, I got the PC version this last week when it went on sale for $15, and the latency when you're playing with people with wired connections, it's pretty nice.
Oh, nice.
I mean, Xbox Live is so much better than PlayStation Network overall because of the amount of people with wireless and wired and whatnot. But the PC version's even tighter than that, and since everybody's installed to a hard drive automatically, it's like the load times are like non-existent. It's insane how fast the game loads every time.
I might have to comp that then.
Oh,
I want to still like get as many matchups as I can.
But the quality of the opponents isn't quite as good overall because I like went to 3,200 player points in like 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so they're not. Oh man,
But there are really good players on there in ranked even. Like I played Filipino champ the other day. In fact.
Oh really?
Yeah, he's got the same thing as his Xbox Live gamer tag. He's got them, combined just like I do.
Oh, okay.
For my Windows Live, Xbox Live setup. Oh, nice.
This is Dalsun.
Yes, he's a Dalsun player.
Yeah.
No, how is this Dalsun? I never played him. So.
Honestly, he's gonna kill me for saying this too, but not Filipino champ, but Zero will kill me. Zero Affinity at Capcom Unity has tended to beat me up a lot worse than Filipino champ did. But the thing is, Zero Affinity's actually played me a bunch of times. So, and he plays online, I play online, whereas Filipino champ normally plays offline with no crappy timing problems.
Exactly.
So that factors in too.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, I would imagine the priority of players are on console, let alone Xbox. Despite Unity having the majority of PS3 players, I find that like Shoryuken has a lot of Xbox players, so.
They know what the business is. Unity people, they don't like Xbox. Xbox.
Oh, you did?
Oh, I thought you had it.
Wow, that's interesting.
What is
that was really freaky.
Mm-hmm.
When that happened, I figured that it misread that I had like not gotten my input properly, and I had jumped backwards instead of forwards with that pick.
So, well, like the version 2012 version of Street Fighter, are they still like making changes, or is it?
I believe so. I mean,
for the characters that they already posted, or are they going to post changes? Like they're going to change more things before it comes out in November.
I don't really know. I would imagine they still have at least notes to tell us whether it's completed or not. I would be surprised if it is, to be perfectly honest. Like I would imagine that characters they haven't touched yet.
Nice, very nice.
Because I know, like initially Ryu didn't have his medium kick, but the recent patch notes, or not patch notes, the recent notes had that he had his medium kick back.
Yeah.
So,
that depends on what they meant. They said it in a way that was so ambiguous that it's pretty obvious to the majority of us that know what all they did to it that they probably didn't fix it.
It said it was like super.
No, it didn't. It said that the range and the oh dang it. I'll have to pull up Capcom Unity to see where I quoted it last time. The words they use, the specific words they use, would what a lawyer would use if they were saying they fixed everything that didn't matter about it and left all the things that made it bad.
So Ultra David wrote it.
No, I am not accusing Ultra David of writing it. It said something like the movement and range would be back to super, but they never changed the movement or range from super. All they changed was the hitbox, hurtbox, and the frame data. And they did say they specifically also changed the frame data back to the number of active frames that it had. But it did not say they fixed the hurtbox, which was the only problem with it. It's so easy for people to trade with that, with things that no other character has hurt boxes like that on moves like that. Now it is true that his crouching medium kick may very well have been one of the best medium kick or medium punch pokes in the game. But the thing is, they like put that hurt box out there all around the hit box, so it enveloped it, and it's worthless. And they claim the only reason they did it was to make sure that no Ryu players could use a crouching medium kick as an anti-air, which the times that people would do that were like so small, and there was better tools than that anyways. That would just be to mess with your opponent's head. To back up a little bit, crouching medium kick them right as they were landing from a jump in.
People don't realize how good of an anti-air standing heavy punch is for Oni, by the way. Just wanted to throw that out there.
I've noticed he's got a lot of active frames on a lot of his moves. Because there's one guy I played that was clearly lag switching. I beat the living crap out of him the first fight. It took him a little bit to get back online, and when he gets back online, every time he got anywhere near my Blanca, massive lag would hit the game, and he would hit me with a move with lots of active frames on it. And he was trolling me. He probably hooked his lag switch up after I beat the crap out of him, and then he came back to mess with me then.
I did not want that, and then I stood up to take the chip. Oh well.
Good match. Oh.
Yeah. Oni can be scary once he gets his momentum going.
Yeah.
You empty that life bar in a hurry. Problem is getting started.
Yeah, this timing is very different online from offline. This is,
Have you guys really looked the patch notes over good?
No.
No.
I mean, I've like
I think
looked at Vipers, Ryus, Ken.
I mean, yeah. I still see them as in developmental stage, so I don't want to get attached to anything. Just as Rock was talking about earlier, the medium kick changed from the past 2 times, so...
Well, I definitely feel like they're really trying this time. There's 2 or 3 things that I saw that they're actually making it so they can't be done with negative edge now. When everything has traditionally been able to be done with negative edge, all of a sudden they're taking certain moves, making them not able to be done with negative edge. They also switched T-Hawk's motion on his Condor Spire, and then they switched it back when they saw how it worked.
Oh, okay.
So I really feel like they're trying, and I know exactly why they switched it back. It was probably activating Tomahawk slams on accident too often when you were wanting to do a Condor Spire.
Backwards Dragon Punch in this game's always had input issues anyway. Like, you'll get forwards Dragon Punch like half the time when you try to do backwards Dragon Punch motions. It's really weird. Like I can recall one match in particular with T-Hawk where...
Now, what kind of controller do you use, though?
Well, I'm using a stock 360 pad, so that's probably half of my problem.
Yeah, I was going to say, I've actually never had that happen before, ever. But I could totally see that happening with a 360 pad.
Yeah. It's kind of annoying, but I work around it.
Now, do you use the D-pad part, I take it?
Oh, Lord, no.
Okay, use the analog.
Yeah, the D-pad, you can't do anything on that D-pad.
Rock is actually using the D-pad as we speak on an Xbox controller.
Only thing...
He would be so godlike if he would just use a regular controller that doesn't suck.
Yeah.
Meh. Screw that. Xbox controller.
So now, do you have the new Xbox controller where the D-pad pops out, or is it the old one?
Nope, the old one.
Original.
Alright.
About the only thing I use the D-pad for on the 360 controller is with Sakura after an EX Hurricane Kick. I use that to dash, and then I input the Ultra with the analog stick.
That's funny. I used when I first got Street Fighter 4, I ordered my fight pad from Amazon.com. 3 months before the game came out, and I got it 3 weeks after the game came out. So I was playing HDR for quite a while with the stupid analog. And Street Fighter 4.
Yeah.
And I had to use the analog, of course. But I used the D-pad to dash with Zangief. That's why I thought that was interesting when he said he used the D-pad to dash.
Yeah. When Street Fighter 4 came out, the tournament by us, because every GameStop had that tournament.
Right.
They forced you to use the controller.
They did that where I live as well.
Yeah, so I won the tournament, but it was so awkward because I was playing, Guile on that horrible D-pad. So it was funny. The guy that went up against me in the finals, we played in the beforehand, and he played Zangief and beat me, and so I was a little bit worried. And then he switched to Ryu, I think, and then just I wiped the floor with him, and I was like, well, good job on that. So yeah, this is gonna be our last match, so make sure to make it count.
All right.
Okay.
But yeah, then in the second match in the second tournament, I lost, and sure enough, it was to another Guile player.
Now, did they force you to use an Xbox controller at the second one?
Yeah.
Because I saw footage from one of them. I don't know what level it was, of Justin Wong. Mm-hmm. And he wasn't being forced to be using no Xbox controller.
Yeah, of course. Somebody got special privileges.
Well, it sure looked like it.
Yeah.
But you know what? You never know. You don't know for sure if I know at the finals, the world finals that they held, they did use TE sticks.
Exactly.
But as far as that goes, you don't know where that footage was. That might have been a tournament fight, for all I know, casuals beforehand.
And in addition to that, I mean, it also probably depends upon who the GameStop was, because it sounded like some people could and some people couldn't. I don't think it was extremely defined, so.
Oh, nice stuff.
Holy crap.
You see, that EX Tsurugi was actually supposed to be an Ultra.
Nice.
But it worked out.
It's all good. You're using an Xbox controller, it's all good.
So now, have you ever thought of going to a fight stick, or are you just happy with?
I was gonna say I tried it before, but it was like really hard. Like I can play on like an arcade cabinet, but there's something about the stick itself that I don't really like that much. I don't know what it is.
It's probably going to be the angle then.
Yeah, I was gonna say that, or the weight, because you have to deal with that unless it's on the table.
Yeah. I think what it was like it shifts around, like while I'm playing, unlike an arcade cabinet, and I don't like that. And I think that was probably my main issue.
Yeah.
Good game.
Yeah.
Or map. Round. Should I go ahead and start my shout-outs, Will?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Alright, let me get to my messages here. This is going to be really nice. Shout out to Artems, ARTEMZZZ, on the PC. I beat the living crap out of him, and he sends me a message asking me why I'm mad. And I said, I don't know, I usually get mad when I win. It must be a psychological problem. Then he writes back, yeah, the kid is mad, keep typing paragraphs to me, I find it amusing. But at least you can keep releasing your anger. Stay mad.
There you go.
So he's a really cool guy. Then we got Moo 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 on PC, who starts lobbies and doesn't make any of these slots private, and then when you join he kicks you and you ask him what's going on. He says, "Can't I just play with who I want to?" I said, yeah, that's what the private slots are for, you loser.
Nice.
And then he told me I was retarded. Of course I'm retarded because I understand how the lobby works. I mean, geez. I run disc because he doesn't run nothing. He couldn't run his way out of a wet paper bag, and all he can do is send gay slurs to people after they beat the crap out of him.
Nice.
And Air Styles, my personal favorite. I've had the game for 3 hours. I beat the crap out of him 3 times straight. He starts sending the hate mails, telling me that he's so much better than me because he has all these points, and then I tell him how long I've had the game. And then he just keeps sending me hate mail. I played him a couple endless, beat the crap out of him again. He never even came close to winning. Sends me hate mail over a couple days. Well, 2 days later, I'm, got 3,200 player points. So then I send him a message, say, hey, I was looking for you on the leaderboard, but I couldn't scroll down far enough to find you.
Oh man. Ooh,
And
my mistake.
I also mentioned to him that he couldn't get his way out of D rank on Xbox Live. And he assured me that he had 16,000 battle points on PlayStation. I said, man, PlayStation must suck then.
Oh boy.
Alright, so, Rock, do you have any words of wisdom this week?
Yes, I do.
Alright, let's call this Rock's Moment of Intelligence.
All right, I like it.
Because he only has one. Alright.
Don't move. Oh, stop moving. Stop
Think-
moving so I can do it.
Singular, not plural.
All right. The word race car spelled backwards is race car. Hey!
Jesus Christ.
Oh no.
Was that it? Was that your moment of wisdom?
That's my moment of wisdom. Now, everybody, savor that and think about that.
Well, at least it works this time.
Exactly.
You guys think
Word.
about that. Make sure you guys understand what I'm saying.
The
Because it's true.
the name Pat spelled backwards is Tap.
Hey! This is my...
Does anybody else have anything to say before I sign off?
The word Sakura spelled backwards is silence.
All right, you stay classy, San Diego.